So, Mike, welcome back to part 2 in our series on the value of platforms and how they're really important to the advisor and driving efficiencies in their business. And today we're going to talk about an advisor-inspired, a purpose-built platform. And when I think of what platforms used to be like before Innate, they were really like old life systems or old banking systems that had been butchered and sliced and diced to what they thought an advisor might want to do. And that was a problem for the advisor because the experience was terrible, but it was also a real problem for the back office operational people in the platform who used to have to jemmy between lots of different systems just to do simple processes. So with that in mind, what does purpose-built mean for you?
Absolutely right, George. So when I think about purpose-built and all the examples you just mentioned, I guess the wonderful opportunity that we had when we started and built Innate was that we were able to cast our eyes around the globe and find the very best services and software possible to bring those to bear and build out a retail investment platform solution for advisors that made the most sense and was purpose-built for them. And I guess I could start with our core transactional engine, which really is, it's benefited from well over a decade of cumulative experience in other markets, exactly in this sort of business, the retail wealth management market. And all of that experience goes into one trunk, and we benefit from all of that. And so instead of trying to cobble together a number of different systems, it can all happen in one place. All those complex things like fee runs and reporting and transactions out of the market and trading, it all happens in one place. And so that's really what purpose-built means.
And I think that's really significant because what that actually means as well is we benefit from what other people are doing around the world and bring it to the South African market. But also it means the tech is always growing. It's not like you launch something and then the tech is out of date. It's continually growing. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, having been through a few of these tech upgrades in my life, they certainly don't take as long as they used to. You used to dread these things, every couple of years you'd have to shut down for 12 months or so. But these days it's 2 months and you're done, and you really get all the benefit from that central trunk of software. So we're really excited for that.
And tell me, what are the latest innovations that are coming through in the platform world?
I like to put them in buckets. So there's some really interesting stuff which is happening at the industry level. So people throw around words like blockchain and distributed ledger, and I think over the next 10 years there's going to be very, very interesting cost efficiencies coming through for all clients, not just for our platform, but hopefully at the trading, right at the core phase. But certainly within the client experience, the advisor experience, I've noticed that the solutions which are on offer in the retail wealth management market are increasingly modular. So previously, it was one solution that did everything reasonably well. And now you've got one solution that does a lot of things really well, but you can go and buy extra modules which, for example, really enhance your tax reporting or really enhance your performance reporting and so on. And so that's where I see all these, and usually it's a team of engineers who've got sick of working for some software company. They've spun out and they've built this little module that does, CGT reporting really, really well. And so that's the future, is being able to adopt some of these innovative practices and ramp up that advisor efficiency and client experience along the way.
You've mentioned a really important word there, client experience, or just customer experience. And traditionally in this market, we've always talked about service and tech and price. And it's those three things interrelated which advisors think about when they think about value of a platform. But actually now we're starting to move, and we really should change our language away from those three things to the one thing, which is advisor experience. Would you agree?
Absolutely, George. And I think you get what you pay for. So it's difficult in the platform market to have a really cheap play. It's very difficult because you have to have a steady investment in tech and incremental improvement. You have to invest in great people, and obviously your processes must work. And so to keep that all functioning, you have to charge a reasonable fee. And certainly I see lots of competition out there in the market. There's lots of pressure on the value chain. I think there's some large asset managers in South Africa who are probably looking at their existing rich fees and thinking, maybe I have to cut at some point. There's some challengers, medium and small niche boutique fund managers challenging that space with innovative fees. And so I think South Africa is in for an interesting another 10 years.
And when we think about experience, how did we make sure that we were getting the right experience for the advisor? How did we validate that?
So that I guess that's the advisor-inspired part of our mantra. We got advisors in the room. It's very difficult to nail them down. They're very busy people, but they gave us plenty of their time, and we and hopefully them and their future partners will benefit from it. So we got them in a room and we understood what their real problems were. When it came to onboarding clients, when it came to producing proposals, when it came to doing withdrawals, like all the things that you think a platform would do, we painstakingly worked through these processes with the advisors. And they gave us such valuable feedback, and we plowed that back into our development processes. And so that's, I guess, where we found, the advisor-inspired part of our mantra.
Thanks, Mike. That's a brilliant insight into purpose-built, advisor-inspired, and customer experience.
Thanks, George.
Innate is a registered trademark of Stanlib Wealth Management Pty Limited, an authorized financial services provider.